episode of King Crumb Cooking. Nah, that was Alright, welcome back to another episode of King Crumb Cooking and Lifestyle channel. Today we're cooking shrimp and grits, but South Aussie style. So prawn and grits, but we're going to call it shrimp and grits. Alright, so this is everything you're going to need for your shrimp and grits. First off, we've got our speck that we've already pre-fried off. We've left the bacon fat, the oil and the butter in that pan to cook your prawns in. We've got some beautiful Venus Bay prawns here. Got the old boy to peel those for us. That's his contribution. So we've got just over a dozen prawns in there. There's about 3 or 4 of us who are going to be eating. So that, couple cups of homemade stock. We've got about a cup of cheese. You can use any kind of cheese. Good to grate it, because then you can just kind of chuck it in the grits as you're whisking. We've got some cumin and paprika here. That's what we're going to season the prawns in before we fry them. And we got some spring onion for a garnish. And to make the grits, we've got polenta. That's what I've always done it with. You can get that in most good supermarkets. Some butter, salt and pepper, some good olive oil. That's all we need. Let's do it. All right, while we've got that chicken stock coming to the boil, just grab your prawns, a little bit of olive oil on them, and then we'll get our paprika and cumin. Give that a little stir. All right, once your chicken stock has come to the boil, just reduce it down to a simmer. You're going to need a whisk, a bigger one than this, but this is all we have. And then you're going to gently stir this polenta in and whisk at the same time. You have to keep whisking. Polenta's just going to go chunky and thick if you don't. So keep whisking that through. Gentle simmer, starting to thicken up. A bit more cheese as you go. Now, who doesn't like cheese? A bit more butter. Get it in there. It's going to taste good. Going to put that to the side. Get your cast iron pan back on there. Still got that beautiful bacon fat in there. Crank that up. Piping hot. Add a little bit of oil to it. A little bit more butter, because that'll form a bit of a sauce once you cook your prawns. And add your bacon back in. What's left over is you'll get a little bit of a sauce. That'll help deglaze the pan as well. Try and keep giving this a little whisk, keep it warm. Don't want that grits to go gluggy yet. Alright. Get our marinated prawns in there. Don't have to be gentle with those. Just chuck them in. Get them in there. That smells bloody beautiful. Fresh Venus Bay prawns. Best prawns on the west coast. Alright, don't cook these prawns for long. They only need a couple minutes on high. Just give them a flick. Look at that. Nicely browned. bit of flavour, rendered off and cooked in that beautiful speck fat. Look at that. Let's get that, sprinkle that speck back in through those prawns. Look at that. Beautiful. Give that a little toss around. Alright, we're still whisking this grits as we're about to plate up. Look at that, beautiful creamy grits. A pinch of salt in there. A little crack of pepper. These prawns are looking good, look at that. Alright, so we've got our speck, our prawns done, our beautiful creamy grits. Now we're going to serve up. Look at that. Depending on what size bowl you're using, just a generous serving of grits. And then we're going to gently add our prawns. So like I said, we've got about a dozen prawns, so we'll probably just add 3 or 4 on each plate. Alright, there we have it. South Australian style shrimp and grits, Venus Bay prawns, Barossa Valley speck, some creamy cheesy grits, topped with some spring onion. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful.